My name is Kenneth Whitener. I'm U.S. Army retired, disabled combat veteran. The state of Nevada, I've asked this question before, but I think it's very important to the panel to hear your answer. The state of Nevada, there's members up there now. They didn't want to do it now because it's a voting year, but they've come up with a bills to stop a special interest group from collecting millions and millions of dollars that should be going to the state, according to them. And this is to take away, for instance, disabled veterans get a discount on your license plates. They also get a discount on your property taxes. Do you think that veterans are a special interest group and that they should pass this so that it's fair and equitable to everyone? Or do you think that, I mean, what are your opinions? Do you guys understand the question? I'm sorry, Eric, do you?
Well, go ahead. I think I have a general gist of the question here.
Well, I think the question is, are disabled veterans a special interest group? And I'm going to say no, veterans are not a special interest group. They are the proud men and women of the U.S. military that serve this country, and they deserve, you know, we made a commitment to them, and we need to fulfill that commitment. And if that is, you know, we give them a discount on their license plates, I think that's acceptable. But yes, disabled veterans are not a special interest group.
They do. I'm sorry. They do that for all veterans. Anyone who served this country gets a discount on your license plates and on your property tax.
Oh, well, yes, veterans are not a special interest group, in my opinion, then.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. As a special interest group, I don't understand how that turns out. Most of my family are all veterans. Probably 90% of all my friends are all veterans as well. If veterans, people who serve our country and make the decision to go ahead and lay their life on the line for me, my family, the average Joe who lives down the street, anybody, you too. If I can give them anything, I would. I think that's just, I mean, absolutely. So.
Yes, gentlemen, my name is Don Woolbright. As you know, our sales tax is primarily derived from the gaming industry. And there's been talk off and on over the past, 20, 30 years about having some type of a lottery here in Nevada. And as you know, the gaming industry has really been, opposed to it and has squashed it. In these times of economic despair, do you think that some type of a lottery, whether it be Powerball, Mega Millions, whatnot, would be good for Nevada? And if not, do you have any other suggestions as to how we can increase our revenue base? Thank you.
Andrew Prado. The way I understand it, actually, is the Nevada State's Constitution outlaws a lottery at this moment in time. But from what I understand, there's actually going to be a vote this time around in 2010 about whether or not to repeal that constitutional amendment. And I think that a lottery, it has its pros and cons, but if it can help raise some money for some education, that's a good thing. But we need to make sure that that money that is raised by the lottery isn't automatically deducted from what we give them. So, thank you.
Eric Morelli. I'm in favor of a lottery. I don't see any reason why we can't have one. If it's going to bring in revenue to the state of Nevada, I don't see any problem with it. As regards to the casinos, I mean, if you wanted to, you could even put the lottery stations inside the casinos. People would have to even then go in there to get them. So it would create revenue in the casinos, create gambling dollars there as well. I think there's a lot of plus that could go on as well, depending on how you want to address it. But I would be in favor of a lottery, absolutely, yes.
Hi, this is Maria Dunnigan. You spoke of bringing trust back into the legislature and everybody brings or wants to do that. What way are you, or what ways would you come up with to build the relationships with the legislature and the people? And how are you going to build this relationship? And do you believe in the open door policy?
Andrew Prado. Yes, if I'm elected to legislature, I would pass a bill that makes the government post in plain English with the votes on the state website immediately after the vote, you know, what the bill was, who voted for it, who voted against it, and that way we're going to have some clarity as to, you know, I've been looking for Peggy Pierce's voting record for about 2-3 months now, and it is very hard to find. I mean, I have to go through every bill that has been passed, and I don't think that I should have to dig that far to see what my assembly person has been voting on. So I think that we should enact legislation that makes the government tell us exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it, who voted for it, and that's my plan for the legislature.
Yeah, the trust issue with the legislature and with the people is very important in ways that not only do they need to be able to see what's going on in government, people need to understand it as well. Because just because people say, oh well, we can put the bills out there and it's out on our website, doesn't necessarily mean people understand it. So that creates a little distrust as well. So it does need to be clarified, maybe put into a little bit more layman's terms for people as well. Because a lot of the average people don't go onto the legislature website. They don't see it. So if it was a little bit more transparent for them to be able to access it easier as well, to see what the voting history is of their legislator, would be a huge jump as well for trust between the legislature and their constituents.
Okay, we are at time, and thank you, candidates of District 3. Let's go ahead and get a round of applause for District 3.